Welcome back to Building a Zoo on the Omegaminecraft server. Today, we're going to start off with the Flamingo exhibit. Not really sure what I wanted to do besides color. I just wanted some color, but I also wanted it in this little space slightly below ground. I was going to dig like a cave sort of thing, but the problem with that was I don't feel like they were getting sunlight, if that makes sense. But they're going to get light. So that's what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some lighting. More so for you to see from in front of, I always like looking at the sky. Like I stop when somebody's sleeping and the sky basically fast forwards through sleep. But I put this here so you can actually see the lighting in the water from the top. So if you're up here, of course, you can see all the lighting there. And then thinking about the color, cherry blossom trapdoors, I really didn't know if I was going to like until I crafted one, and then I was just sold. Somehow this seems to work well with thatch block, the block itself, and I think that's why I picked it. It's pretty complementary, but it's not too obtrusive. But of course I didn't have enough cherry blossom like wood, so I just added more thatch, and then just basically it's an accent to the decorations like these red spruce leaves. I think it's red spruce leaves, right? I think it is. It's red leaves. There you go. But my biggest problem here was we covered the top, but we still have the front. And I don't want to use netting because you can't really see netting. I can't use regular glass because regular glass won't be in one end of the block or the other. So I at first was going to put like fence and then exhibit glass, but then I got to thinking, well, why don't we just do it all exhibit glass? Because it presses right up against the back or the front of the block, as you can see here. I just had to place placeholder blocks right there, and then they just kind of worked. So when you see it, you can still see the lines. That's kind of why I wanted regular glass, but it still works. It's a big exhibit, so it's nothing really you're missing. But it looks amazing and surprising to me. And eventually it gets done. You can see they're trying to fly out, but that's okay because they can't get out, I was really happy. I was really surprised how it turned out because I was going to add more grass, but I want you to be able to just look in and see the animals. I was going to use more tall grass, like in the back, right there, but I want you to be able to see the animals. That's why I took some out. But see, there's the water. You can see in the water. One other thing I've been wanting since this episode, basically, I was starting to make it, is catching a whale. I kept passing by them, didn't know and asked, this is what I need to catch them. Now, somebody else told me the tip to catch them is also using a lead. I'm going to tell you right now, you cannot lead a whale. I've tried several times. It does not work. I was afraid I was going to hit it. You can't, and I went to the front of the head, the back, everywhere. You cannot lead these things at all. But I was fortunate enough, because I've been looking for fish as well, that there was actually fish that spawned. Now, I knew these weren't vanilla. Didn't know what they were. They're cod. So I grabbed a bunch of these. Of course, I take regular nets with me as well. I was happy about that. I don't know how many I caught. It had to have been like 5 to 8 of them. But at least it was a nice relief because the whales were a little bit, they were making me nervous. So I swam away. I was still trying to catch. How I came across where I was going to catch some, like a new spot, is this. I was swimming to look for cod. And for whatever reason, the whales are spawning right here by the shore. One thing that I realized, which I was hoping for, and it's very convenient, is that these right here, the kelp, grow, and you can place blocks against that or on top of them. So since they're not swimming, like you can see them swimming into like the shore, that's why I'm trying to place this here, but it's not going to swim into the net. So this is what I started doing, was this here. And I was doing my best not to get hit by them. Obviously, I figured out that they're not going to attack me. I've hit one before as I was trapped. Not this time. I did my best not to. I'm glad I made extras because this I don't think it would have worked as well if I only had like one or two. But you can see it's like in there. I don't really know what part of their hitbox, or if it's just a generic, just the hitbox. I don't know what their hitbox is. You see that? That means something's in it, which I was happy about. We finally caught one. But yeah, it went a little wrong here. I caught two. And me not paying attention at all, I released one, and then I released the other. Yeah. So I'm going to have to try catching these. I already had two. I only really wanted one, but I like to keep extra because for some weird reason I like to accidentally dispatch of animals, not on purpose. And I was doing this for a while. I think I end up catching two more. But the nets themselves, they do catch fish, basically. Anything, well, I guess non-vanilla that will go into it. It will also catch cod as well. Don't want the cod, though. I think you lose it, though. When you place the cod, you lose the netting. But I gave up and eventually went home after this little bit because this was a little frustrating. Like, it's here. I'm pushing. You can see it's just surrounded by nets. And whatever reason, it backpedals like it's deep blue sea and there's sharks and they swim backwards. But I went home and I was happily surprised that there was this devil praying mantis thing, whatever it's called. I can't remember the kind, but I accidentally killed it. I don't think I needed this, but I catch it anyway, just for sake of, just in case. Because I can't remember which other one I needed or just wanted. I didn't necessarily need it. But I do go over there. I get me a... Oh, there's a box turtle. I didn't realize that. Another name tag. And put this one straight into the net. My popping of my headphones. I don't know what's going on. It happened last episode as well. I can see it on the clip. Sorry, I'm a little distracted. I could see it on the clip on my audio. It just popped. Sorry about that. So I started the box turtle exhibit right after this one. So we're already looking up. We have added one to our bug exhibit. Then we finished the flamingo exhibit. I like finishing them, not just let's kind of get it done, but to finish it. This was interesting because I really wanted to fill up both sides. I didn't want the exhibits to be on the right or the left. I wanted them to be somewhat merged together. And this is basically a turn in the zoo right here that turns towards those first exhibits. So the idea was, why don't you just put a little bridge that goes over the exhibit? So it's on both sides. Of course, it's a small animal, which actually was... I was pretty excited about the exhibit. I love doing smaller exhibits like this. Not in itself like a small detailed exhibit, but exhibit that will add really, really good character to your area, your zoo, your builds, because it just adds that little touch of, oh, now we have this activity to do. Not just let's look, but we now have a bridge to go over, and you can kind of pick and choose where your eyes go from here. Are you going to look at the kangaroos? Are you going to look at the turtles? Are you going to look towards the new exhibits, sort of thing? So you have more things to direct your eyes to, was the idea of this exhibit. The one thing I was thinking about this entire time, I'm just detailing right now. I try my best not to do too much detailing because I like having the grass in there too. So it's not a big, huge deal. I want you to see the animals. That's the number one. Is how am I going to block off the walkway? Because the rope fence is too much, and everything else, the wire fencing. Acrylic fencing was the smallest thing I can think of that actually works, where it's not obtrusive to the turtles, the box turtles going underneath the bridge, but also you can see over it as a passerby. If you can see it here, you can see you can walk over it with the netting. I think I did it in whenever I did the rope bridges up during that walkway that crosses over the water there, that the bridge, I had to put the half slabs because you can't really see over it. It's tall, and this I want you to see down. Well, I thought I was like, well, they're not going to hop up there. They hop, and they all got out that side. For whatever reason, it's like they have the same escape kind of talent as sheep do. Sheep just want to just leave and leave and leave. But eventually I do. I don't panic because they're already named. I just go back, get some nets, and I wrangle them right back up. But this was really cool, this little bit, because it didn't, honestly, for both exhibits, it took me maybe 2 hours. Maybe 2 hours to do for both. And it turned out pretty well. This little section that I have here, now that I'm thinking about it, maybe I should put some trees right there above. Anyway, I'm just thinking about other or future builds and stuff like that. Sorry. Just when I see this stuff, I just kind of go into a let's keep going mode, not just, oh, this is done, what do I do now? You kind of just keep it going. I was afraid that they were going to die when I was doing it. That's why I was doing it so slow, because I was really nervous they were going to die. You can see this. They're already trying to escape again. So I'm going to sit here and look and look. The other side I know is fine, I think, except for right here at the bridge. Right there. Right there. Yeah, see? So the half slabs are a winner. Of course, I still have net on me. Let me just catch this turtle back. But with this episode, even though it was really short, to me, like, I think it was a good length, there was so much I got done, like, well, like, even a short time. Normally, I could spend days looking for an animal, trying to catch it, trying to think of something. But this just kind of just melded together, and it was just amazing for me. So hopefully next episode, I don't know what I'm going to do next episode. Hornbills? I want to feel like it was birds or monkeys. I still have some digging to do for, like, the water exhibits. Down all the way there on the far right, I still have some water exhibits, but I'm really, really enjoying it. I do hope that you are too, and I appreciate your time, and thank you for watching.